Hello my convicts and convicettes, just the designer called Convict, bringing you guys and gals another quick vlog for today. So I want to talk a little bit about some new stuff coming in that should be happening very soon, especially the end of this month that is coming up, in terms of things and changes to the channel and so on and so forth. So as you can see here, the setup, as I usually have it here, this is what the setup looks like. This is what I do every single day. This is the setup. This is where I sit when I do my recordings, right here, with my laptop here and computer here, and so on and so forth. Close these curtains up here to obviously give me enough darkness from the light source coming through. And yeah, it's served me pretty well. But today I want to talk about something that I've been planning to do. I kind of got dissuaded from doing it and I've decided no. I'm going to take that leap of faith. We're going to give it that chance. We're going to give it its moment, its due, and see what actually happens in terms of an internet connection. As you all know, or if you don't, this connection here that I have here, I can only get a minimum of 20 milliseconds. Now a lot of people say, wow, that's pretty good. It is pretty good, pretty decent, but obviously depending on which service you're playing on will depend on obviously how that will increase that over time, especially such as like Call of Duty, Modern Warfare. I've always struggled, especially with Call of Duty, because it's a lot bigger, longer connections, even though when I've been playing such as like Black Ops 4 and that, and with the power of NetDuma 1 at that particular moment, I was obviously getting pretty decent connections of 20 ping. As we all know, ping is king. I've said this many times before and I'll keep on saying it. The lower the ping, the better your connection, because the better obviously the transmission between you and the actual server you're going to, so the round trip time basically is going to be a lot more favourable in your court than it would be against going someone who obviously is going to have 5 to 10 difference in ping between one and the other. And I know a lot of people say obviously 20 ping is, should be phenomenal for ping. It's not too bad, but when you're going against people with a ping of 6, it does make somewhat of a difference. I absolutely hate this t-shirt. This t-shirt doesn't look right on me at all. Anyway, I look like a really I used to be a really chubby guy, and then all of a sudden I'm showing you all the skin. It annoys the hell out of me. Anyway, so yeah, we've been planning to go and do something called BTnet. Now BTnet was going to be a change in connection to be able to allow me a much more private line connection, and basically that's what we planned to do. I was going to plan to cancel it, but I thought, for the interest of science and the interest of me checking it out, it is something obviously I can tell them if it isn't what I want, they can revert it and it won't cost me any extra, anything like that anyway, regardless of what's been signed or anything like that. If there's any problems, I've spoken to many people to get them to confirm that yes, if it's not what's going to work for me, then obviously I can class it as being missold. So we'll see how it goes with that in terms of that. Obviously if it has been missold, then obviously I will. If it hasn't been missold, then obviously it won't be, because obviously the truth is out there. The truth is in black and white in the emails that have been sent through from me to BT, to obviously what has been confirmed and not confirmed, or what's been stated but has not happened upon connection. So there's already been one slight minor problem here, which I want to show you. So if I bring you over here to the line here, so as you can see, here is the new line that they've installed right here, and this is the old line that I'm connected to currently at the moment. So this is the new one and the old one. As you can see, this one's only got one little flap here. The problem is the flap that they've actually installed here is the one at the bottom here, which if I grab this wire here and lead it up, is to the actual telephone and not to the internet. So I've contacted them today and I said, hang on, there's a problem. We kind of have an issue where you can't connect to this through an ADSL or VDSL cable, which I've got one here in a moment, which I'll show you in a moment once I show you the new stuff we've got here as well. And I said, there's no way you can connect to this. The only way you would be able to physically connect to this is if I was using one of these, which if you don't know what these are, this is a filter. So the connector that's in that box is this connector. It's this one. And this will not go to the back of a modem or router by any means, and you'll know what I mean once I unbox obviously the extra stuff that we've got here. It won't connect to this, so we're going to have to send out an engineer to have a look and make sure it's the right one, or install the right one, so we can get it on the way. So I've contacted through to BT and they said they're going to hopefully get an engineer out as soon as possible. I've told them they have to escalate it because end of the day they've installed the wrong thing. When they were here on site, the engineers said to me, what am I supposed to be doing? And I said, well, I don't know. You need to, I need to find out from them. So I phoned through to the BT team themselves, to the tech team. I passed the phone over and said, look, please can you explain what he's supposed to be doing? Because at the moment, I don't know myself what he's doing. So they explained, he installed what they explained, and then went. And he's installed a telephone cable, which is this connector, not a VDSL, ADSL cable. So that needs to be sorted out. We need an engineer to come out and do this again if it's done wrong. Because when you see these items, you'll know these won't connect by that kind of connector. And I'm not using a filter. When there is a filter or the master socket's there, it should be actually connected to the master socket like I've shown you with the other two, not using a filter. So I don't know. We'll have to try and sort that out and see what happens. That's going to be done. I've had to call them today because I did phone them again before and they said no, it's the right thing that's being connected. Even the woman today said no, it's the right thing, and I'm like, no, I'm IT literate, I know what I'm on about. That will not connect because I thought the Meraki router might have had a weird end connector, and that's why I thought and left it for so long. And I asked them, I said, hang on, it's only got one. They said it's right. And I went, okay, it must be right then because the Meraki must have that connector, and that's probably why. But yeah, this is not the right connection. This on the end here, it's not the right connection that's on that box. So they're gonna have to swap it with the new one. So yeah, so we've got the new line installed there. That's gonna have to be redone, and we've got some new kit. So this is going to be what's installed once it's gone through and completely done. These are the two items I'm going to have. That's going to replace the BT hub, which is down here behind the TV. If I show you quickly. It's down here, as you can see. And you can also see the NetDoom R2 there at the moment. And basically it's going to replace that BT hub. That BT hub is going to be obsolete, not used anymore. And we've got two things here. So we've got this and we've got this. So I didn't know this was going to be a part of it. I have actually been tempted to buy this, but this is the Draytech Vigor 130. I'm actually tempted to use this before it comes and use it with the setup to see what the Draytech Vigor is like, because I actually was going to go buy a Draytech Vigor 130 modem, VDSL ADSL modem. These are just a modem, it's not a router. And as you can see on the back here, you've got your modem and then you've got the router here as well. So it's just a modem and then you've got the router that needs to connect. But I didn't have the R1 at the time, and obviously I didn't know about buying the R2, and because obviously buying the R2 and then PS5 coming out and everything, I wasn't able to physically buy this. I was going to buy this eventually and use this and give it a bash. But this will connect to any firewall router or PC with Ethernet WAN ports. So that's pretty cool. So I'll just quickly show you what's in here. So this has been sent by BT. This is what's going to replace the hub. This is what's going to be added with the brand new connection. And the brand new connection, just to let you know as well, is going to be on the 24th of August as well, which funnily enough is my son's birthday. So yeah, interesting thing. But happy birthday, Thomas, for then, obviously. But obviously I'll let you know and I'll speak to you on your birthday, hopefully. And we'll talk a bit more in detail, my son. Love you very much. Salute you, buddy. My beautiful son. And here it is. So this is the Draytech Vigor And like I said, it's just basically a modem. I asked them to send this early because I was going to leave this until last minute to send these out. And I was like, no, you send them now, because I know if you don't, they'll not get here on time. And the engineer will come in and be like, well, I can't do no. Then they'll have to go away and have to reorganize another visit to come back again. And I wasn't having that, you know. And this just goes to prove that I was right to do that, because they actually thought it was like a business to say, so a lot of the time we don't send them because of businesses, because they'll go walkies sometimes, or they get buried under all the stuff, because it's usually new constructions or new builds when they actually send this stuff out. And I said, well, this is a residential home, so obviously you're not going to have that problem, so just send it now. And the day that it came the next day, so it did come really quick for it to come the next day. But this is the Draytech Vigor. And as you can see what it is at the back, it's just got one port for ADSL, VDSL, and then one Ethernet connector. And as you can tell, this will not fit with this in any way, shape or form. And this is the connector that isn't in that box. So obviously this is not going to go into this, which is why I'm saying they've done it wrong. Now I don't know if they're supposed to be delivering both Ethernet and VDSL, ADSL connector, or if it's just supposed to be an internet line only. I think it's supposed to be an internet line only, where it's supposed to be a VDSL, ADSL connector only, so you can only plug in for one of these to be connected to it. I don't think it has a line to it, so I will have probably two separate lines, which I don't mind as such, because what will happen then is less interference on the line from a telephone line perspective. So if I want to just do it as an internet one, that's absolutely fine by me. But yeah, the Draytech Vigor, so this is what they've sent me. So if anything, BT obviously recommend the Draytech Vigor as being a better product for business. So if you're looking to buy a modem to replace the BT hub, then there you go. Draytech Vigor 130. So like I said, I might test this with this setup, because obviously I know how to install all this and get it in there. The only thing I will be replacing is these Category 5Es. I don't want Category 5Es. I will be replacing that with Category 7s or Category 6, because I don't want no crappy 5E cables. So that's the Draytech Vigor. So that's going to be connected to the internet, to the Vigor, and that's going to be then connected to my big boy here, this one. Now this is the Meraki, as you can see. Now I don't have to have the Meraki installed. They've told me I don't have to have this installed. What this is basically is a Ethernet switch with obviously a firewall adapted to it. So what will happen is the Vigor behind me will be configured to the Meraki here, and the Meraki will be one that will obviously control all the devices in the home. Now I've asked them about, you know, do I have to have it installed, and they've told me no, I don't have to have this installed if I don't want to, and then see what we can do from there. So this is the Cisco Meraki, there we go, in all its glory there. Check it out. It's the heavy boy, and it's metal as well. This is pure metal, but it looks pretty nice. I don't want to go too close because it might give details away of some things on there. But there you go. That's the Meraki. There's the back to it. Like I said, it's like an Ethernet. There's two ports here for the antennas, which we've got here. As you can see, a bit like obviously what the Netdo Mark 2 has, where these screw in and then obviously click up, click down. The Meraki also can control the Wi-Fi in the home. Yeah, it gives like the number of the PIP order number and stuff and things like that. So I won't disclose any of those details on there. But yeah, there you go. There you go, Cisco Meraki. Like I said on there, and it's got some nice parts at the back. And again, as you can see, it doesn't have, when it decides to focus, it doesn't have the telephone connector. It doesn't have one of these. So there's no way this can go into any of these because it doesn't have one of these. So that definitely needs to be fixed and sorted as soon as possible, because I don't want any delay. I still want it to be done for the 24th of August, because at the end of the day, it's their mistake, not mine. You know, if they say they're going to do something, I'd rather them do it than mess me about and not do it. Got a little tab. Come here. Little tab's gone underneath. Put the tab there, so the tab keeps it going, keeps it in. So there we go, that's that done. And there we go. So there you go, back in this box, the Cisco Meraki. I'm going to keep this in here because I don't need this one to be used, to be honest. But it's pretty cool. I like the idea of it. It looks really nice. The metal on it is pretty awesome as well. So yeah. So what we're basically going to do here, in terms of this, is we're going to try it out. We're going to trial it. We're going to see what happens. Now, I know a lot of people are like, no, don't go through with it. Don't go through with it. And what have you. But in the interest of doing this, I want to do this for myself. So just bear with me on that, okay? Like I said, it's not set in stone. So if there is a problem, or I feel like it's not doing what it should be doing for me, then obviously I can go back to BT and say, it's not doing what I want it to do. And obviously I'm not going to be paying, you know, a lot of money for something that doesn't physically work like it should do. The bearer speed is 7 down, 7 up, but I can have it upgraded to 18, which will be really good for uploading and obviously doing my live streams as well, because you don't need a lot of speed. And a lot of games don't require you to have huge download and upload speeds, because download and upload speeds don't affect your ability to play online games. Online games take kilobits per second to play. It's all about obviously the distance of travel from one to the other, and obviously how fast the throughput is. So how fast your internet can flow from your property through to the exchange, with everybody else being on the same line and everything and all that, you know, all that noise that you're getting from other people and traffic you're getting from other people. Because when you join onto one line, you're actually going from here to the exchange, but I'm connected to all the houses around me, which is why I went to a business line, which is what I've been on for a while now. And that was running through just me and obviously any local businesses, which is not a great deal of businesses, not a huge amount of businesses around here that will probably use the internet. So it makes it a bit easier because I've got not hundreds and hundreds of people. I'm lowering the amount of people that are actually around me as well. So with this idea, is going to be a private leased connection as far as the fiber goes. So from the fiber, it's going to be a private lease connection, which means that there's going to be nobody else on the line. It's going to be a through flow of a highway, to use an analogy, a highway with no other traffic allowed on it except for just me and the people within this house. So there's going to be only my traffic going from here, going out to the internet, and that will be it. It'll be dedicated to just me. So that means obviously I'm going to have a much lower ping time, because the throughput is going to be allowed to flow through freely without any delays or any other traffic like Netflix and streaming and gaming and whatever. For anybody else, it won't have that option. It'll just be me. And if their lines go down, my line will still stay active, because mine will be separate from their line, which has been sorted and set up as we speak. And it has been completed as far as I'm aware, up to a certain point. And then obviously we've got the activation date for the 24th of August is when it should be activated from the tracker, when I've checked on the tracker on there to see when this will actually go live. So the 24th of August should be the day to when I get my new connection, and they guarantee me at least a lower ping of around 15 or less. So I'm hoping we can get it less than 15. I would like it to be at least 10 or 6, because obviously, like I said, there's going to be no one else on the line, so there's going to be nothing slowing down the connection apart from the distance, obviously, from where the house is to the actual exchange. But they're also boosting it and giving, you know, they've set up a special particular style of line to obviously boost all the signal and all the through flow of everything, because I've said obviously what I want it to do, and the throughput will be a lot faster than what I've ever had before, because of obviously me being the only one on the line. And then we'll see how we go. So bear with me and let's give it a bash at least and see what happens, because I've had a look into it and the affordability of being able to do it, and I definitely feel I can afford to do it, and I definitely want the improvement of the ping, because the lowest I'm ever going to get is 20 on this line that I've currently got at the moment. I'm never going to be able to get any better than that. And even checking on, you know, like the laptop here and seeing what kind of connections we can get on here, which I can actually show you probably on here from the NetDuma. If I go to, where is it, connection benchmark. Yeah. I want to know about the WWE, thank you. So if I bring you over here and show you. Now it says here that it's 30.1 megabits per second, 4.5 megabits per second for upload, which is generally about 5. It's Ultra HD. The ping test came back as an average ping of 19.38. Like I said, around about 20 is what I do. 0.32 jitter, so quite low jitter. No packet loss. Then we've got ping underload of 19.92, which is less than the ping of the average. Upload is 20.11, which obviously is going to be a little bit higher than my download speed. And the idle speed is 19.52, which is not far off from where the download speed is as well on there. And as you can see, it's all being given an A+ rating for each and every one. And the fact it says Ultra HD for Netflix on there as well. And I did that on the 19th of August. And as you can see, today's date is the 19th of August on when I did this actual test. And that was at 7:07 on there. So that is as low as I can physically get the connection on my internet connection. I can't ever get any lower than that, and that's why I wanted to at least give this a try and a chance to see if it would actually make a difference. I definitely feel like it will do. I've definitely heard a lot of people talking about such as like this, about the Draytech Vigor being a better, obviously, modem router. Or modem. Well, it's just a modem. It's not a modem router, sorry. It's a modem. So if you do ever decide to get a Draytech Vigor, do be aware it is not a router. It's just a modem. So this will not work by itself. You will need a router and a switch if you're wanting to obviously extend on here. You can use just the one port for the internet. But if you have more than one device that uses Ethernet, then you would have to buy a switch to go with this if you use this on its own. But then you'd have to run obviously PPPoE through your console, I think you'd have to do, or maybe you can do it through this as well. And then obviously you need a router, because this is not a router, it's just a modem on its own. And that's why I got my R1 at the time. But obviously with my R1 doing what it did and stopped working on me, now I've got the R2. That could probably work hand in hand with the Draytech Vigor. So yeah, that's about it. That's all I need to talk about. I know I blabbed on for quite a long time, but I wanted to explain in full. So D-Day is the 24th of August. I'm not taking no ifs or buts on that. Has to be the 24th of August when we actually do this, and I'll run a test and we'll see where we get with the NetDuma R2. Now I'm hoping the NetDuma R2 can be configured with the Meraki. If not, I might have to ask them about just having it with the Draytech connected to the NetDuma and doing it that way rather than the Meraki being connected as well. Because I don't want no disruptions between it, even though that Meraki does look pretty cool. I don't want it to be a problem. So if I need to remove that out of the equation, then I'll do so. And I don't need to use it anyway. I can probably just set it up without having to use the Meraki anyway, and just connect it to the line here. Once the right line has been installed, that is. Because right now, it's not the correct line that's been installed. It's the wrong one, so it's going to come back and redo this line once again, and obviously put in a brand new one. So, yeah, it's, you know, just this face sums it all up, you know. But yeah, there we go. I just thought I'd do this quick vlog. There should be Hyperscape on already as well. If you want to go check it out, definitely feel the you know, I was going to say the need to do so, but that's not the correct way I wanted to say it. I just wanted more to say, check it out if you want to check it out, sort of thing. And hopefully enjoy the Hyperscape video. And yes, it is I, the Kappa Convict, signing out. And as always, I salute you, my Convicts and Convicettes, and I'll see you soon in some more videos. So there you go. That's what's going to be happening on the 24th of August. A brand new connection, brand new line, a brand new homie, 18 down and 18 up eventually. Because I don't believe the 7 and 7 will be enough. But like I said, you don't need the speed of the download and upload to actually be, you know, good enough to play on a low ping. It just needs the good enough of the throughput. And obviously, if it was an FTTP connection, even if you're just getting one down, one up, still can be good enough to give you a really low ping, as long as obviously it's a good enough connection between the house and where it's going to. So I've done a lot of research, done a lot of testing and looking into it, and it definitely will be something that will definitely improve my experience as a whole doing what I do. And through all the literature and all the sites and everything I've been through, it definitely will make a big difference, I feel, on the channel. Anyway, I've talked too much. You know who it is. It is I, the Kappa Convict, signing out. And as always, I salute you once again, my Convicts and Convicettes, and I'll see you soon in another gameplay, vlog, review, whatever it may be. I'll see you soon. Bye for now.